Hey guys, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel and welcome to the round 4 match preview gather round where we're going to be rocking this absolute piece of art. That's what that's called. The candy stripes are coming out. I got it yesterday, as did a lot of Sainers, and it is just bloody awesome. I love it. Can't wait to actually be there, so I'm going to be flying over there. Early flight Sunday morning. 6:30 a.m. I'll be there, staying the night. So it's going to be good fun. Hopefully a great turnout at Norwood of Sainers. It's going to be a unique experience playing on a smaller ground like that. 12,000 people, I think it might fit. Good weather as well, 24 degrees. And we're taking on the Richmond Football Club, who are coming off a very impressive and surprising win against a red-hot Sydney Swans. They beat them by, I think it was under a goal at the MCG. But off the back of that, they are missing Tom Lynch, they're missing Noah Bolter, and they're missing Baker. 3 incredibly important players. And on the flip side, we regain Max King. So that all bodes very, very well for us to respond to what was a bit of a shit show on Saturday against the Bombers. The team was out there. We did 70% of the right things to win the game. And it's a shame that that 30% was really the most important part of the game, which is getting scoreboard pressure, kicking goals, making the opposition hurt when they're not playing well. And we kept the door ajar for the Bombers, who did not deserve to be close enough at any point in the first half. Second half, they lifted. But I dare say we kick goals in the first half. They don't have that momentum shift in the last. They probably don't go on and win the game. So I think going into this game, I need to see a lot more composure from some of our young players, some of our senior boys. We need to hit the scoreboard. The big thing is getting Max King back and them losing Bolter. Over the last year or two, Bolter has gone to King, and it's been a very fascinating watch. King's got the better of him. Bolter's got the better of him at times. It's been a really big matchup in these games. And I think on average, Kingy kicks more goals against Richmond in his career so far than any other team in the competition. He averages probably 3 to 4 goals a game against the Tigers. He got off the leash, I think, in 2022, kicked 4 goals in the last quarter. And in 2023, we all know that he also had a very good game in the return game at Marvel at the MCG. In the wet, he started very well until it started raining, took him out of the game. But the return game at Marvel later in the year when we won comfortably, he was a very, very important factor there with Bolter playing on him. So that's going to be really important and we need to exploit that. Last week, no King. Sharman kicked no goals, was subbed out. Membry didn't really do anything, no goals. Higgins and Butler returned and they were pretty good, but we need our talls to stand up. So the ins and outs are going to be very intriguing this week. Jack Hayes made a really good return to Sandy. Collard kicked 4. Hugo Garcia, 22 disposals and I think another 10 tackles or something on top of that and a goal, I think, in their really strong win on the weekend. So there's every opportunity that we're going to maybe see Hugo Garcia. I think with Windy, we accepted Windy's 1-match suspension. A bit soft, but he copped it. I think that's probably a sign that they were willing to bring in either a Collard or a Garcia. I think with Jack Hayes playing like he did on the weekend, I think it's still too early to bring him in. As much as I do think Rowan Marshall does need a bit more of a actual ruck chop out. I don't want to keep seeing Owens in the ruck. I don't want to keep seeing Caminiti get in there. I really think that having a Jack Hayes, Rowan Marshall combination at full strength is our best ruck forward duo that we've got on our list at the moment. And I think we're robbing a little bit of Rowe's power up forward by either resting him on the bench or just chucking him in the ruck. I think he would have been a very important player to have up forward against the Bombers last week to exploit them a little bit more and also to kind of support Sharman and Membry who were struggling. So I think Jack Hayes probably doesn't come in this week. I think it's a bit stiff if Caminiti comes straight out for King because he did kick 2 goals too and he was actually pretty much our best forward on the day apart from Jack Higgins. So I wish we kept him in. I don't see, especially because of what I just mentioned, Rowan Marshall, chop out, could be important. That means that maybe Machito can play a bit more as a pure mid as opposed to a ruck. I think that, again, it's teasing us a little bit by seeing him in the middle, but then seeing him go up and try and take on a Draper or a Mason Cox. I want to see him rove the ball and get clearances because that's what he's capable of. We've seen glimpses of it. Just give him a go, Ross. Put him in the guts with Steele and Ross, who was actually in really good form last week, and let's see what he can do, yeah? But apart from that, I think the midfield battle, I don't think we match up too badly against Richmond's midfield. They are, they're not littered with stars, but they've got some dangerous players, and Taranto obviously killed us in the MCG game last season. He was the match winner. Obviously, they've got Shai Bolton, who is always very, very dangerous. Their forward line, it's probably the weakest it's been since 2016, 2015. I don't know. It's, no Jack Riewoldt, no Tom Lynch, I don't know if Dusty Martin's coming back in this week. The teams will be out tomorrow, but obviously he didn't play on the weekend, so they probably were resting him. I don't know. But again, he's not at his all-time greatest, but he's still obviously dusty, so got to watch him there. But their backline is, without Bolter there, it's undersized, and I think we can exploit that with Sharman, King, Membry, Owens. Filippo started pretty well last week. He then fizzled, so I'm curious to see whether we put him as a sub. I don't know. And that's another thing, is who's going to be the sub? That's, Garcia, or are we going to put another debutant through as a substitute? I don't really like that. Hasty, does he come out at any point, or do we maintain him? Because Collard debuted in Geelong as the sub. Didn't really do much because we brought him on pretty late and his teammates burnt him, and then he got subbed out and he was omitted the next week. So Hasty, I think, kind of did some nice things. I wouldn't mind seeing him get another gig against a team that's not, I guess they're probably a bottom 4, bottom 5 team, Richmond, if we're being honest. So I don't mind maybe playing a few more kids this week. Garcia and Hasty, give them a run. But at the same time, we need to go into this game and we need to kick a score and we need to get some percentage and just bury the demons of last week. I don't want to see another week where we keep a team in it because we're inaccurate. I just want to go there and I want to get the job done professionally. I think we should be looking at a 30 to 50 point win, honestly, especially because Bolter and Lynch are out. Two twin towers that Bolter usually goes forward as well and can cause problems. They don't have that. They don't have Tom Lynch, who was one of their best forwards on the weekend, and obviously he's Tom Lynch. He is their number one forward. And then they miss Baker, who's one of their key playmakers around the ground. Great ball user, great speed, very clever. They're missing a lot, to be honest. So they're undermanned, undersized, and we need to go there and get the job done. So I'm not going to go into too many matchups because I think it's really as simple and as blunt as that. We need to go there. We need to, I wouldn't say make a statement, but we just need to win comfortably and really, really get back on the winners list and build some momentum, because the next 2 weeks after that, we've got the Giants away. And then we've got the Doggies on Thursday night. 2 huge games. We can't drop this. We're 1-2. We go to 1-3, and then we've got 2 games where it's probably 50-50, maybe not even. We need to be building momentum now, and I think Max King coming back this week is perfect. And let's just hope that last week we've learnt our lesson, because out of defense, we were just shocking. And, Riley Bonner's copped a lot of criticism. Is he one that comes out? I don't know. There's not many players that can replace him to come in. Do we drop him to the sub and bring Hasty on in his position? Really put it to him and say, look, we know you had a great preseason, but you had a shocker last week. 17 turnovers, record since 2012 or something. We're not going to drop you, but we're just going to give you limited game time. You're the sub this week. And he wouldn't be a bad sub, playing as an attacking midfielder, or bring him on for a couple of, big kicks, maybe a long goal off the wing or something. We can rotate him. He doesn't have to be just off half back. He could play on a wing easily, or even half forward. He wouldn't be that bad. He's a good 60-meter drop punt. So around goals, he might even be pretty handy. So there's some flexibility there. But long story short, go to Adelaide, get the job done professionally. Let's keep them to a fairly low score. They don't really have that much scoring power that I think we need to worry about. I think it's more about, again, application on our side. If we deliver the pressure of what we did against Essendon for 3 quarters and add that just clinicalness in front of goal, I think we should be looking at a pretty comfortable win. So I'll leave it there, Sainers. Comment your thoughts. Let me know what you're feeling going into Gather Round. I'll be there. So if you're watching and you're around at Norwood on Sunday, come and say hi. I'm keen to see a lot of the away fans. I'll hopefully get down and sit in the cheer squad for a little bit. But yeah, I'll leave it there, Sainers. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.